Are you currently sitting at home right now? Are you on your bed, wishing a girl would come by, knocking on your door like you see out of the movies? Are you looking out your window right now, hoping that you'll see this beautiful girl come by, walking down the street, and you magically just lock eyes with each other and it's just meant to be? I'm here today to tell you that you don't need a girlfriend. Now, apologies if you can hear someone downstairs hoovering, it's my dad. And today we're talking about a very controversial topic, which is girlfriends, especially for the men out there, and why you don't need a girlfriend, alright, and what you should be doing instead of focusing on trying to get a girlfriend. So, a lot of times us men out there, we expect to have a girlfriend at some point in our lives. We expect that society will end up making us get a girlfriend and we will end up getting married and have kids and, you know, eventually just pass on down what we had to our kids, right? But I'm here today to tell you that you don't need a girlfriend, okay? And you're probably sitting there saying to yourself, but Lewis, only people who can't get girlfriends are going to say that. And not necessarily. The way I see it is that we as people, we as men specifically, need to realise that women can only make us happy to an extent. And relationships, majority of the time, will never work unless both parties are where they want to be in their life and they have achieved what they've wanted before they can get into relationships. It's exactly the same. Why do you think in school, when you were in school, for example, most of the relationships sort of just fizzle out? Have you ever wondered about that? Maybe they move to another part of the planet, or after school or college is done or university's over, they end up just sort of drifting away. Have you ever wondered about that? Why does that happen? The reason for that is because a lot of times people aren't where they want to be in their life. They are stuck with their careers. Maybe they don't know what path they're going to take. Maybe they don't know how they're going to get to where they want to be. And it's a lot of stress, right? It's a lot of stress for the person in particular because they don't want to put their attention on that person. They want to instead put the attention on themselves. And ultimately it leads it to both parties end up saying, okay, well, we should just call it quits here because it means that it'll be less stress for me. It means I can focus more on myself, right? And the thing you need to understand, men, is you don't need a girl. You don't need a girlfriend in your life, okay? And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with women. It can go both ways for the women as well. Specifically for the men out there praying that a woman will come by one day. And instead what you should be focusing on is yourself. You, as a man, need to be focusing on yourself. That's it. Now, what do I mean by focusing on yourself before we jump into other things? So, yourself is your body, your hair. I know my hair is quite a bit, at the minute, not that great. But you need to be focusing on yourself and where you want to be in your life. Because if you're expecting a woman to get you to where you want to be, they can help out, but they're not going to do the work for you. It's like I said earlier, like if you go to the gym, you need to be the one to go to the gym to put the work in to get the results. If you feel like you aren't where you want to be in your life, instead of focusing on getting a girlfriend to help you out with that, focus on yourself. Focus on you before you get into the ins and outs of a relationship. Because when you do that, everything will fall into place. And it almost becomes very effortless when two people come together that have achieved everything they wanted to achieve. And it becomes easier when you are at that place in your life where you are abundant in everything you're doing. Focusing on yourself first before you get into a relationship is crucial. to your happiness and also the other person's happiness. Because you ever heard that quote, when you try to make somebody happy and you aren't happy with yourself, you cannot love somebody if you don't love yourself. And that is completely true. If you don't love yourself, hoping you can love somebody else is going to be 10 times worse. So I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe. I'll see you